Cool. Great. Ray West, Spread Eagle, SupaFly. Um, Congratulations on the album, even though it's been out a little bit, but it came out this year. 10 tracks, the vibe. Um, when I'm listening to the album, I really get a sense of Audioslave um, type music, like Chris Cornell and stuff like that. And like the slower tracks, which not many, you definitely have an aura about your vocals. You really could get deep into it and stuff like that. It's soulful, and I enjoyed it, especially the last track, which we'll talk about in a little while. But let's go down the tracks and talk a little bit about them. And the first track is Drowning Man. I love that track. You made a video from that, right?
Yeah, that used to be and that song was retitled too on the demo. So it's Drowning Man. That song's got the big groove on it.
Right.
It's really infectious. And when I first heard Miguel lay it down, you know, the cool thing about the tunes on the Superfly album is that they were all written within, song. They say like songs, this bullshit about how songs come out of thin air. Oh, well, I didn't have any inspiration. All of a sudden, I was hit by lightning, and the words just flowed out of me. These are those kind of tunes. It's crazy for me to say that, but it's true, man. So Novacaine, it's all quite personal, and I did. I think it's the first time I've really like just laid myself out on the platter, lyrically with things. But that song's got just a great bounce.
Right.
That's the song that people gravitate to as far as just when you play it live, and you lock into a room, it makes everybody bounce, Yeah, I've always been I'm very proud of that song, man. But if you want to talk what it's about, I really I have this hard time
Right.
trying to people, tell you what a song's about. I'd rather have people just take the lyrics and make it their own, which a lot of people see. Oh, this song means this to me, or this song means that to me, which I get a lot,
Right.
But Drowning Man, it's really that's it. It's about loving something so much that it becomes bad for you,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. And it's when you just obsess on something and you crave something so much
Right.
that it just turns around and it becomes obsession turns into something really dark and it can be lovely and very ugly.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Cool. But you could always just say, about the writing and stuff like that, anything special in the studio. So we'll go to See Me next.
Sure. This song, I again, all these songs are coming from a place of like very personal
Right.
pain. So it's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Basically, when a person is dealing with another person's issues, in a sense, we're all the same.
Right.
I've always preached this. I don't want to get corny, but to
Right.
me, it's more like you may have your issues and you may have your way of thinking, but I'm really I'm human. I'm just like you,
Right.
but I'm just a little different. So we're all a bit of a reflection of each other.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
But musically, Miguel is really multi-talented, and he has a sense of the way Miguel writes with me, or I write with Miguel.
Right.
We just completely bounce off each other. I've been in many collaboratives. Spread's
Right.
a great collaborative, but Mig will like take something I'm thinking, and he'll be able to finish that train of thought,
Right. Yeah.
and
Cool.
that's really special. So Drowning Man, See Me, those all have these great. It's great up tempo and it's great push. Great, and it's about movement. It's
Right.
about body movement. I'm not really into like breaking down lyrics, but as
Right.
far as a song vibe, that is the shit right there. You know what I mean? And it's different.
Right.
The theming is a lot different than probably anything I've ever written.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
almost got like I would call it a Foo Fighter feel,
Right. Yeah.
riff,
Yeah.
and I love that style of writing. The thing with me, man, I never want to be put in a box.
Right.
That's the cool thing about Superfly. Kind of like it shows different different textures and things like that.
Right. Yeah. I know, like, even like some of my friends, when I'm doing interviews, they ask me, do you ever get nervous or stuff like that? And exactly what you just said, you're just like me. You're no different. except you're doing some music and I'm interviewing you.
Yeah, when you realize that for some people, and this happens a lot, when I'm nervous, like it's really just energy, you know,
Right.
it's excitement,
Right.
so you're excited to meet someone or rap to them or whatever, and you just got to control the energy, and that's why some people can't control it, and it gets a little, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel you. You and I have always been tight, so it's all groove.
yeah, definitely. Tell me a little bit about how you changed "I'm Your Boogeyman" by KC and the Sunshine Band. I listened to it a couple times. Pretty cool. Why'd you pick that song?
Well, growing up, I was raised in Fort Lauderdale, SoFlo, they call it.
Right.
And KC was a big thing down here. But I've always wanted to redo a KC song.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we just popped on that title one day because I think so many are obvious, but I haven't heard too many people redo Boogeyman. I think I heard a Rob Zombie version of it, which is
Right.
kind of stuck to the map. The thing about that song, it's all the same. It's got all the same groove.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of so how do you, it's about how do you make that song interesting. So
Right.
that's where producer co-writer Miguel comes in. I really am not musically. I can mumble something at you, tell you what I
Right.
want verbally, but like it's a different thing to take it and put it through the machine and put it down on the track. Miguel has a gift like that. We just found a really cool color in that song. We made it a bit darker,
Uh-huh.
obviously.
Cool.
Uh, Boogeyman is a dude funking on the floor, but our Boogeyman is a bit spooky.
Yeah.
So and I think it's a great Halloween song, maybe Christmas song.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Can you believe he's out there touring again?
Yeah, bro. Hey, look,
Yeah.
man. I think ageism with with hard rock and metal doesn't really exist anymore. Ever since the Stones did their thing and Ozzy just keeps doing his thing, and as long as you have reverence for the music,
Right.
you, it keeps you young. Rock keeps you young.
Right. Yeah.
The people that don't have music in their lives, it's a different kind of animal,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So you got to just keep going. But I love the bounce of all these songs. These songs have cool colors, and I love the drop in the song. There's a cool like just sub drop
Right.
in it. It's like dope as fuck, man.
Yeah. You look at some of these rockers, they're like late 70s, 80s. I mean, I'm gonna be 66 this month, and I'm like, sometimes I hurt, but yet they're on the stage jumping around like crazy man and stuff like that. It's amazing. Rock does definitely keep you young.
I think the adrenaline of it, it's an energy thing, man. It's the
Yeah.
same thing you had when you were a kid. When
Yep.
I went to go see Kiss when I was a kid, I was like, oh my God, these guys are moving around like,
Yeah.
greased monkeys, man. And
Yeah.
and when you're doing it, you understand it's just a lot of adrenaline. If you're playing a sport, anything that you hype up for an event,
Right.
it's like what we do is, an hour and a half set is like it's not really a sprint, but you got to pace yourself.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Aging in rock and roll is a motherfucker, but
Uh-huh.
it does keep you young, man. It's really a state of mind, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Cool. 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 Hypothermia, which I love that track.
Yeah, me too.
Probably one of my favorites on this album. You know.
I Yeah, I think personally, anything I've been involved with, it's probably one of the coolest songs I've ever been a part of writing.
Right.
Again, this is one of those tunes, and I told the guys that I told Bruce and Charlie, I said, I've always thought it was bullshit when people say, "Oh, I just didn't have anything on my mind," and all of a sudden this song came out of thin air, because I heard
Right.
something written 30 seconds. This is that song,
Right. Yeah.
and there's something about the riff Miguel was playing me. It triggered this thing in me. I don't really haven't talked about my addiction, my
Right.
dark period of life that much, and
Uh-huh.
I found like this was a really easy way for me to talk about it,
Right.
and it's about being so cold that you're unreachable. The
Yeah.
people and you hurt the people that you love, and they're trying to really reach you, but there's nothing they can do.
Right.
You
Yeah.
got to get to that really cold place, and either you're going to come out of it or you're not. You're going to live or die. So
Right.
that's why I tell people these is a really personal collection of songs for me, and some are more personal than others. And so
Right.
Hypothermia is like it's almost biographical. I
Yeah.
spent
Yeah.
so many years, bro,
Yeah.
out in a very dark, bad place.
Yeah.
So many rehabs later, here we are talking, and I'm living and I'm alive, and it's, you
Cool.
know, I'm I feel like I have my soul back.
That's a great tune. I love that song, you know.
Yeah, man. The cool thing about it too is that all these songs translate really well live. And the
Right,
few gigs that we've done as Superfly, it's cool to watch people connect to the song, even the people that haven't heard it before. They'll
right,
catch on
yeah,
the melody and they'll start singing it.
right, yeah,
And that
definitely.
blows my mind. That's really cool. So when a song
Cool,
can do that, I'm really proud of that song.
cool.
Because again, I had no idea what I was going to write.
Right,
And I will painstakingly, drool over a piece of paper for days and days and days, months and months until it hits. But this was like boom, and we had a song done in like 3 minutes.
cool, cool. How about Broken?
Broken had a title change. It used to be called "Got My Gun,"
Uh-huh.
and that's just a really cool. I'm gonna call it a mid-tempo marching riff. You know, but it's strong. It's like a sledgehammer. It doesn't
Yeah,
stop. Um, content just it's the feel of the song, man.
right,
The chorus is cool. I love the dark kind of verse that it has, and the
right,
bridge, the way it hits. The bridge is different. I
right.
think the bridge is really cool in this song, man, because it's not something and I think I know where you when you say audio slave and things like that, I think I get it with a song like this. You
Right,
know,
yeah,
it's got
definitely.
that sledgehammer just pounding to the ground.
Yeah. I know, because like I went back and forth from YouTube, listening to Audioslave and listening to you. I get the same feeling, you
Man,
know. It's cool, you know, it's really cool. You
well,
know?
first of all, that's a huge compliment, dude.
Right, yeah. I
I don't
just
know what to say to that, man. Oh, hang on 1 second.
okay. Yeah,
Back in action. That was weird.
cool, cool, cool. It happens a lot. So let's go to Stolen.
Very cool. I love the melody in this song.
Right,
This song has some really cool tones that I've never written anything like this. To me, this if people try to genre and date music,
right,
I love that kind of cool 90s, early 2000s kind of style of writing
right,
and those kind of dark palettes. This song kind of has that, I lost love, reacquainted love, where someone's been hurt so bad, when you would I'm not, my my emotions are on this thing, you know what I mean? It's weird
yeah,
talking about it like this, but um everybody's been hurt in a relationship really bad where they were just the reason it broke up. When you
right,
know that you're the cause of something, of someone's pain and anguish, and they finally cut you off, like they cannot give you any more time, and they're done. They're
right,
done. You've given them, they've given you every chance there is, and they finally have to cut you off. And
right,
there's a few times in my life where those relationships have been really painful. So I just decided to write about it. Not a long story, but just
right,
sort of like the vibe of it, and that's what Stolen is. About really doing anything humanly possible to be with someone, but you're just such a fuck up, you can't make it happen.
cool. How about
But
no?
again, with the
Go ahead.
melody and the bridge,
Right.
I love the chorus is really like uh it's easy to these songs are singable, very singable. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
How about No State of Grace?
That's a street rocker, man. That's get in your
Right.
car and just go fast song and crash into shit.
Cool,
I,
cool.
I'd like to see any of these songs be used for like a sporting event or something. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The next track I love too, Free My Mind. That's a cool song, you know?
That says it all, man. That song is about really being whether it's the city or wherever you are, and you can be surrounded by chaos and just feel
Right,
completely alone. And it's almost like when everything slows down and you just see how crazy shit is around you. You know
right,
what I mean?
yeah,
Really, it's mind blowing, and you wonder if like you're insane or everybody else is insane.
right, yeah. Cool.
It's that song years back when I had it as a demo was used in a movie actually, and it was a movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Jeff. Who's the other guy in Dumb and Dumber? Jeff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Everybody, yeah, I know who you're talking about. The blonde hair guy.
Yeah, it was anyway, with this I forgot the title, but anyway, they used that song in a suicide scene. So this Sarah Michelle, she takes some pills, and as she's going out, this song plays.
Right, yeah.
I gotta find it for you, man. It's really
Okay,
cool.
cool, cool. How about Crash?
That just it's self-explanatory,
Right,
and wanting to be completely the feeling of wanting freedom, you
right,
know, and just taking off into the world and and not wanting to, and the things that try to bring you down constantly, it's life.
right, yeah.
As you move forward, there's so many obstacles in your life that you will crash into, and it's only when you're just flying high and above it all, and you can just be in your own head, and just it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of all the crashing sounds to find a place of freedom and just tranquility.
Right.
God, I sound like such a corny bullshit bastard right now. It's hard for me to explain these
Yeah, yeah,
lyrics.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love I love how the song hits. I love the drum beat to this song. This song has a
Right,
really cool. The drum beat in the beginning flips. So when you hear
right.
the intro and it's doing that dun 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 dun, it flips. And when you hear that, it's gonna freak you out when you really listen for it.
Cool, cool.
I love this. This song. It reminds me of. It's almost like Drowning Man Part Two.
Right.
It's got that same kind of like aggressive bounce to it, and I like to start off shows with it. So, I really hope people can just listen front to back, back to front, and just appreciate the grooves and the melodic structure of things, and
Right.
how things are pieced together.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to be surprised with the last track, Drowning, which is, I guess is basically Novacaine, right?
Right,
I
right. So,
was
me
going back
too.
and watching the videos of both. So, like, it's really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is like something I didn't expect. We just did it as a test.
Right,
Miguel had the idea first. He's like, I fuck with the music a little bit. I changed some things around, see if you like this. And I was like,
right,
wow. And it's one of those things where, not that I'm Adele, but when you're recording and it reminds me of like I felt like where she must have felt like singing a very lonely,
right.
dark track like that. You
Yeah,
know, it put me in a really weird emotional state when I was doing it, and
right,
then I was, it took me a while to get out of it. Because it's such a, it becomes such a painfully epic piece,
right.
and I'm really proud of it.
Cool, cool, cool.
I'm proud of all the different ways that these songs stretch me,
Right,
or
yeah,
just take me. It's just so different, and but at the same time, it's me. I think
right,
this is the most natural style, vocally for me that there is.
right, yeah,
Fred is the first album is very acrobatic, you know, and the second record same. The spreads
right,
about a collaborative, it's about a certain style. It's a collection of minds on that, but Superfly is my jam, my personal taste and signature on things, so I want to write more this way. So we have a lot of other songs too, but Spread has to get their stuff done. So whenever Spread does gives me time, I have time for Superfly.
cool, cool. I definitely think fans should at least check it out. Listen to the songs. You could feel your soul in these songs compared to Spread Eagles, which is a rocker band. And this really goes into the depth of you, between the words. And Miguel also, he's a co-writer or whatever he is. I know he means a lot to you, and he's a big part of the band. But you could feel the soul of Superfly. You
Oh,
know,
that's a huge compliment. Yeah, man, it really is. I don't know what to tell. I'm so close to these songs that they turn me into a blubbering, stuttering idiot. You know what I mean? It's like this is such a personal thing for me. So I feel like better that I got them out,
right,
and it was really therapeutic, cathartic, all those things. It's just to get it done and get it out. And if people dig it, great. The trick is, and the way the business is now, you got to spider things out to people, try to get people's attention with this stuff. So we're gonna keep making videos for it and things like that. I'll probably, start hitting the videos hard again at the beginning of the year. So and with Deco's help, we'll get Hypothermia out there and get things rolling. I feel Hypothermia is a song that is can cross all kinds of boundaries.
Right.
You can be a country artist and listen to that and be like, that's cool. You could be a soul artist, that's cool, because the lyrics are universal. And so I'm really proud of it, man. I hope people do dig it as much as I do, because and if they don't, I'm just gonna keep doing it anyway.
Cool. How'd you hook up with Deko?
A friend of mine, Andrew, who's a journalist, we were chatting one day, and I was like, man, I want to rest these tunes somewhere, but I don't know where to put them. You don't know who's gonna take them. He goes, well, I know these particular guys,
Right.
so he connected me with Charlie and Bruce of the label, and we had a little conversation. And I think they understand me pretty well. We've had a lot of time to sort of gather our thoughts on how to do this and what to do with this music.
Right.
So, hopefully they'll game plan it out, and I'll follow their lead on it, and I'll keep, we'll work as a team and see what happens, man. They're great people, man. You need, unless you're just great at social media and splattering out and having, you have 24 hours in the day to
Right.
market yourself. You need someone behind you. So it's nice not to feel so alone and have people helping me on this.
Cool. Cool. How's Brando doing?
It's good, man. The thing with him was I I said, man, I love the South. I do love. I'm a Fort Lauderdale guy and I'm a Brooklyn guy. I go back and forth, back and
Right.
forth. I said, Brand, being 21, man, you need to go to the city and just and let that be your place. So you can just branch out, do things. You got culture. You don't want to stay down here, and
Right.
I feel there's more opportunity for him. So he's working out now. He's doing physical therapy on the leg. He's eating right. He's taking care of himself. It was a big turn at 21. You
Right.
think, okay, accident. You would just go back to his regular behavior, but he's a smart kid, man. The thing about B is he's very intelligent and he's very intuitive. So I guess he's really listening to, his heart, and he's gonna go to college, and he's got a path now. Like that thing woke him up. Like, oh, I need to get my life together. I don't want, this is a wake up call. I got to get healthy. I want to be strong.
Mhm.
I hope that he doesn't ride a bike again, but it's
Yeah.
Brando, so he probably will.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's my worst nightmare. But at the end, I preached to Brando. I said, you just it's about freedom, man. Do what you want to do. Don't let anybody tell you what the fuck not to do. And
Right.
that's so when people tell him not to ride a bike, of course he's
Yeah.
like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna go ride a bike,
Yep.
But he's doing great, man. I'm just so
Yeah.
proud of him as a young man, and
Yeah.
to, and the bounce back from this, because he was in a really it was such a heavy thing for him to go through, man. It was so the night that and I'll shut up after this. The night that they put the rods in
Yeah.
his leg, they fillet your leg open. So they give
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
called a nerve blocker, right? They put this
Uh-huh.
long needle, and the nerve blocker was supposed to be like 48 hours or some shit like that.
Right.
We were in the hospital room at about 2:30 in the morning. He just had this look on his face like all hell was going to break loose. So me and him fought through the night,
Uh-huh.
with the nurses and pain meds or whatever, to get him through that.
Right.
The experience of that was something I would never wish on anyone. And it
Right.
was
Yeah.
happening to my kid. It was
Yeah.
horrible, man. But he braved through it. And they also wanted to turn him into a Oxycontin head in there. And he was like refusing that.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I'm really proud of that, and it's so easy to become a junkie in the hospital. It
Yeah.
really is. And yeah, he's doing great. He's doing great, man. I'm just proud of him. Going to go to school. He's getting healthy. My brother is a physical. He's a trainer.
Right.
He's a muscle guy. And Mike is a training brand. So he's easy on the leg. That's for physical therapy. But the rest of them is getting bulked up and getting healthy.
And what about a new Spread Eagle album?
Yeah, man. We are blocking time out. We're going to get that. We're going to start laying the groundwork for that. I think in January.
Right.
Um, to do that, we had to be careful about the touring window because we want to work so much.
Right.
So, you know, I think I'm lucky. We're lucky as a band that we even get a chance to make another album. I
Right.
really, we Spread doesn't rest on its laurels. Man,
Right.
we all work hard. We don't
Yeah.
just write the first album over and over again. The first album's been written, Open to the Public was written. Now Subway kind of like showed how we evolved, And now that I've been singing hard for the solid almost 3 years, I think I got some good strength back. So the next album will really, I'll see how far I can push stuff. But I was really grateful that people like Subway because that was my voice the way it is now,
Right.
and they were accepting of that, and that's cool. We play a lot of those songs live because they translate really well live. So
Yeah.
um, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what we come up with. I'm excited to get all of us in the studio with Jami and have him lay down his shit. It's gonna be awesome.
Cool, cool. I'm surprised you're home. You've been touring for the whole year, I think.
Yeah,
You never take a
yeah,
rest,
yeah.
you
Well,
know?
we're getting into the holidays, and it's
Yeah.
so we got those gigs where I'm coming to see you this month, and then that'll
Right.
be it till the end of January. So between that and the end of January, Spread will try to bang out something in as far as starting recording. So um ain't enough hours in the day, bro.
Uh, Not at all. So you expect the album to be next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once you're contracted for something, you got to get it done. So
Yeah.
we can't F around like that.
Well, Ray, it was great talking to you and longtime friends since maybe 89, you
Yeah.
know, who knows,
I
you
love your
know?
shirt. I love your shirt, bro. I should have worn mine. We'd been
Yeah,
twinsies.
yeah. I got this at Dingbats, so like it's new.
I gotta get you the Subway one. I'll get you a shirt when I see you.
Cool, cool. Well, would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
I'm just we spent this time, especially this past year. I want to thank everyone who's been really supportive and come out and connected with all of us and the people that have come up to me, and we've had these great conversations about what this band means to them.
Right,
So I've learned the hard way that this doesn't work without the people.
right,
Um, Spread isn't just four guys on the stage; it's everybody in the room. It's about creating a vibe.
right,
So I love the fact that people come and create and step into this vibe and they own it. I've met so many people this year that have taken ownership of the band, and to the young folks that have come to see this band, and have said things like "We're really proud of you" and things like that. It blows my mind. So we know that we have to work hard because now I see that there's a new audience for us, and I
right.
want to do the best to just earn, to keep their trust and know that we're going to be there for them. So we got to keep working. So I love everybody for being so great to us and supporting this band and just riding it out with us and helping us come back into the mix of things. And so we'll do our best to make you proud. Okay.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Ray. I'll talk to you later.
All right, but I love you, man.
You too. Bye bye.